Hi everyone and welcome to Science Lab. Science are happening because Jesus is coming. Every day we are looking at some of the great science that are happening around us. Today we are going to look at some of the technological advancements in these last days. In this episode we are going to see about a new concept called social credit system. This has a last day significance that you all need to know.
The social credit system is a national reputation system being developed by the Chinese government. By 2020, it is intended to standardize the assessment of citizens and business, economic and social reputation or social credit.
The system will be one unified system and there will be a single system-wide social credit score for each citizen and business. By 2018, some restrictions had been placed on citizens, which state-owned media described as the first step towards creating a national social credit system.
The system is considered as a form of mass surveillance which uses big data analysis technology.
The government of modern China has also maintained systems of paper records on individuals and households, such as the Dangan and Hukou systems, which officially might refer to but did not provide the same degree and rapidly of feedback and consequences for Chinese citizens as the integrated electronic system because of much greater difficulty of aggregating paper records for rapid, robust analysis. The social credit system is an example of China's top-level design approach. It is coordinated by the Central Leading Group for comprehensively deepening reforms. It is unclear whether the system will work as envisioned by 2020, but the Chinese government has fast-tracked the implementation of the system, resulting in the publication of numerous policy documents and plans since the main plan was issued in 2014. If the social credit system is implemented as envisioned, it will constitute a new way of controlling both the behavior of individuals and of business. In 2013, the Supreme People's Court of China started a blacklist of debtors with roughly 32,000 names. The list has been since designed as a first step towards a national social credit system by state-owned media.
In general, multiple firms are collaborating with the government to develop the system of software and algorithms used to calculate credit. The SPC also began working with the private companies. For example, CSAM Credit began deducting credit points from people who defaulted on court fines.
The government originally considered that the social credit system be run by a private firm, but it has since acknowledged the need for third-party administration.
In 2017, no license to private companies were granted. The reasons include conflict of interest, the remaining control of the government, as well as the lack of cooperation in data sharing among the firms that participate in the development. However, the social credit system's operation by a seemingly external association, such as a formal collaborative between private firms, has not been ruled out yet. Private companies have also signed contracts with provincial governments to set up the basic infrastructure for the social credit system at a provincial level. As of March 2017, 137 commercial credit reporting companies are active on the Chinese market. As part of the development of the social credit system, the Chinese government has been monitoring the progress of third-party Chinese credit rating systems. As of February 2018, no comprehensive nationwide social credit system exists, but there are multiple pilots testing the system on a local level as well as in specific sectors of industry. One such program has been implemented in Shanghai through its Honest Shanghai app, which uses facial recognition software to browse government records and rates users accordingly. In March 2018, Reuters reported that restrictions on citizens and businesses with low social credit ratings and also thus low trustworthiness could come into effect on May 1st. By May 2018, several million flight and high-speed train trips has been denied to people who had been blacklisted. In April 2018, journalist Semena Mistriano described a community where people's social credit scores were posted near the village center. As of mid-2018, it was unclear whether the system will be an ecosystem of various scores and blacklists run by both government agencies and private companies, or if it will be one unified system. It is also unclear whether there will be a single system-wide social credit score for each citizen and business. In November, a detailed plan was produced for further implementation of the program for 2018 to 2020. This plan includes blacklisting people from public transport and publicly disclosing individuals and businesses' untrustworthiness rating. In January 2018, Beijing government officially announced that it will start to test personal credit score.
It is unclear what technology will be used in the fully implemented system. As of mid-2018, only pilot schemes have been tested. Some of the technology is provided by the Alibaba Group's Ant Financial, which operates the CSAM Credit Loyalty Program.
Alibaba is China's largest conglomerate of online service, including the largest online shopping and payment providers. In November 2017, CSAM Credit's general manager Hu Tao denied that CSAM Credit data is shared with the Chinese government. There are also 7 other technology partners.
And now it's time for the trivial question of the day. How many countries has adopted social credit system so far?
The options are Option A, 10 countries, Option B, 5 countries, and Option C, 1 country.
We'll find out the answer after a short break. Welcome back to Science Lab. Science are happening because Jesus is coming. Before the break, I asked you the trivial question of the day. How many countries has adopted the social credit system so far?
And the options given were Option A, 10 countries, Option B, 5 countries, and Option C, 1 country.
And the right answer is Option C, 1 country, that is China alone. Imagine a society where everything you do, everything you say, and everything you buy is controlled and evaluated by the authorities. It's not a science fiction. In China, it's a reality.
From now on, citizens' lives are rated and assessed. This is what the Chinese Communist Party calls social credit. Here's the chart of excellence models. In Fusion, the villages have been rated for a year.
There are good citizens who contribute to the community, and bad ones, those who, for example, leave their trash out. Cheng Kesong is featured on the Wall of Honor because of his exemplary behavior. It's because I helped to keep the village clean. I also helped people improve our environment, and I helped people become wealthier. I'm proud, but it's also a lot of pressure because when you are on this world, you always want to be better. The social credit system ratings began testing 5 years ago in approximately 30 Chinese cities. It will be rolled out across the entire country by 2020. Good citizens will benefit from discounts on their bills, will be able to get bank loans more easily. Bad citizens will be banned from buying train or plane tickets. For the Communist Party, this system is a way to punish and execute those they judge to be disturbing the harmony of Chinese society. By using this mechanism of social credit, we'll be able to establish a blacklist of people and create a system of punishment that will be based on a scientific theory. These punishments will serve as a whip to rebuild moral values. Our society needs it.
From the Chinese government plan for implementation, the SCS is due to be fully implemented by 2020. Once implemented, the system will manage the rewards or punishments of citizens on the basis of the economic and personal behavior.
Some types of punishments include flight ban, exclusion from private schools, slow internet connection, exclusion from high prestige work, exclusion from hotels, and registration on a public package.
By the end of 2018, 5.5 million high-speed rail trips and 17.5 million flights had been denied to prospective travelers who were on a blacklist. The exact reason for being placed on the list are unknown. Business insiders speculated that the reason could be the debtors list credited by the SPC. If the parents of a child were to score below a certain threshold, the children would be executed from the top schools in the region. One's personal score could be used as a social symbol on social and couples platform. For example, China's biggest matchmaking service, Bale, already allows its users to publish their own score. City-level pilot projects for the social credit score system have included rewarding individuals for aiding authorities in enforcing restrictions of religious practices, including coercing practitioners of Falun Gong to renounce their beliefs and reporting on Uyghurs who publicly pray and fast during Ramadan or perform other Islamic practices. The Hibi Code released an app showing a map of deadbeat debtors within 500 meters and encourage users to report individually who they believe could repay their debts. A spokesperson of the court stated that it's a part of our measures to enforce our rulings and create a socially credible environment. The reward of having a high score include easier access to loans and jobs and priority during bureaucratic paperwork. Likewise, the immediate negative consequences for a low score or being associated to someone with low score ranges from lower internet speeds to being denied access to certain jobs, loans, and visas.
Among other things, the social credit system is meant to provide an answer to the problem of the lack of trust on the Chinese market. Proponents argue that it will help eliminate problems such as food safety issues, cheating, and counterfeit goods. China claimed its aim to enhance trust and social stability by creating a culture of sincerity.
For businesses, the social credit system is meant to serve as a market regulation mechanism. The goal is to establish a self-enforcing regulatory regime fueled by big data in which businesses exercise self-restraint. The basic idea is that with a functional credit system in place, companies will comply with government policies and regulations to avoid having their scores lowered by disgruntled employees, customers, or clients.
As currently envisioned, companies with good credit scores will enjoy benefits such as good credit conditions, low tax rates, and more investment opportunities. Companies with bad credit scores will potentially face unfavorable conditions for new loans, higher tax rates, investment restrictions, and lower chances to participate in publicly funded projects. Government plans also envision real-time monitoring of a business activity. In that case, infrastructure on the part of a business could result in a lowered score almost instantly. However, whether this will actually happen depends on the future implementation of the system as well as on the availability of technology needed for this kind of monitoring. The social credit system will be limited to mainland China and thus doesn't apply to Hong Kong and Macau. However, at present, plans do not distinguish between Chinese companies and foreign companies operating on the Chinese market, raising the possibility that the foreign businesses operating in China will be subjected to the system as well. The system has been implicated in a number of controversies. Of particular note is how it is applied to individuals as well as companies. People have already faced various punishments for violating social protocols. The system has been used to already block 9 million people with low scores from purchasing domestic flights. While still in the preliminary stage, the system had been used to ban people and their children from certain schools, prevent low scores from renting hotels, using credit cards, and blacklist individuals from being able to procure employment. The system has also been used to rate individuals of their internet habits, such as excessive online gaming reduces one's score, personal shopping habits, and a variety of other personal and wholly innocuous acts that have no impact on the wider community. Criticism of this program has been widespread, with the proposed system being described by Human Rights Watching as chilling and filled with arbitrary abuses. Vision Times labeled the system as a mass surveillance tool and mass disciplinary machine.
In Revelation chapter 13, we read about the world government which monitors all the people of the world. It was given authority over every tribe, tongue, and nation. This government causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except the one who have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
This is the Antichrist government. It will get the control over all the people through technology. Those who oppose the Antichrist rule and refuse to take the mark of the Antichrist will be created low, and their own neighbor will betray one another. That's what the Lord Jesus said. And then many will be offended. Now brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, friends and relatives. And children will rise against parents and cause them to be put to death. And you will be hated by all men for my name's sake.
What is foretold in the Bible is happening again in our lifetime. The social credit system is a forerunner of the Antichrist government. If this looks terrible, then think how cruel the Antichrist technology will be. This technological advancement shows that we are living in the last days. The Lord Jesus Christ is coming again very soon. Thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to tune into the Science Lab next time.
Send us photos, videos, news and YouTube links which are worth sharing, and also send us your feedback to our email address sciencelab@angeltv.org. If you have missed any of the episodes, don't worry, you can watch it again and again in our Science Lab YouTube page. But don't forget to like, share and comment on the video.
Ask your friends and relatives to watch the Science Lab so that they will know that we are living in the last days. Remember, signs are happening because Jesus is coming. Maranatha.